welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Mash, where we wrangle our favorite indie authors and make them spill their secrets, bookish ones, obviously. And we're so excited today to have the amazing Karina Espinosa. She wrote Fangs of Fate, and just by reading like the blurb that we get when we ask these indie authors to fill out this cute little form so we know more about them, like, we are so intrigued. This book is wild, time travel, werewolves, vampire exes, bodyguards with feelings. It's like someone hit shuffle on every paranormal trope ever and somehow made it like extremely brilliant. Karina, welcome to the Book Mash. We're so excited you're here. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your book?
Hi guys, my name is Karina Espinosa. I am the author of the most recently released Fangs of Fate series of Shadows of the Crescent. I have written about 35 books, mainly urban fantasy, but I have some paranormal romance, and recently I dipped my toes into romantasy, but I wrote 2 romantasy series, and I kind of missed my first love, which was urban fantasy. So Fangs of Fate is my comeback to urban fantasy, and I'm really, really excited because I got to do something that I really wanted to do, which was something kind of different from I don't want to say like it's different because every story is kind of like a retelling of everything all over again. But it different to me because it's something I hadn't read before, which is kind of like time traveling. And I kind of like did a little twist to it where it starts off with our main character, Ren. She is madly in love with her vampire boyfriend. Now Ren is a werewolf without a wolf. She's born to the alpha is her grandfather. And so pretty much they're like royalty, but she is like kind of an outcast because she doesn't have a wolf. She's the only one without a wolf. So she kind of feels like, she's left out of the pack. But she has her vampire boyfriend. They're madly in love. They've been together for like 10 years. And then one day he calls her out in the middle of the night. This is in the French Quarter. This is New Orleans. And he kills her. So chapter 1.
What? Twist right out the gate. Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is all in the blurb.
I think I did know that.
Amazing.
And you would think she dies, but no, she travels back 2 years into the past before any of this happens. And she gets to redo everything all over again and figure out why he kills her, what is happening in the pact, and why is it that she doesn't have a wolf.
So cool. I got goosebumps just now.
Say, even us knowing from the blurb that you gave us, the way that you just like explained it, we're like,
I know.
Clearly, you
like
saw how
on the edge
reacted.
of the seat.
Yeah.
Yes. So good. I can't wait to read this.
Earlier this year in January, I went to New Orleans on like a 5-day trip to do lots of research on everything voodoo, on vampires, on just New Orleans history and everything. And it's so funny because it was during the big snowstorm that New Orleans had this year. So literally the day I was supposed to leave was the day the snowstorm came. And I got stuck in New Orleans for an additional week.
Oh my gosh. How interesting, though.
It's a terrible place to be.
I know.
Right?
For an additional week because of the snowstorm. So I ended up staying and just having a total blast in New Orleans. Just learning a whole bunch of history, doing tours, drinking, just having a blast. But this book is heavy on New Orleans. If you read it, you'll feel like you're in New Orleans yourself.
I've always wanted to go
What
to
an
New Orleans.
adventure. Yeah, definitely a bucket list place for sure. Very cool.
Yeah.
So you told us a little bit about the book. Who is Karina when she's not out resurrecting characters and rewriting supernatural history?
So I mainly spend my days writing, but when I'm not writing, I am a professor at the local college teaching freshmen and sophomores Composition 1.
Awesome. I love that.
Writing
so I need to, talk to you.
And I teach college students how to write. So I do that as kind of like a side gig I got my master's degree last year or the year before in creative writing. And I decided what I wanted to do. I want to retire at like 55. I don't know why that number is that's just the at 55, I want to retire. I no longer want to like hustle and bustle because I publish a book every 2 months. Like I don't want to like have to churn out books as much as I do.
Mm-hmm.
If I write a book a year, maybe I'll do that. But by 55, I just want to chill out. So my goal is to like maybe just be a professor at 55 and just wait it out until I could collect Social Security.
That
But
sounds like a good plan to me.
but at 55, I can't just start teaching. So I wanted to start now
Yeah.
as like an adjunct professor and kind of start getting the experience. Maybe teaching 1 or 2 classes a semester, kind of getting the experience. So when I get to 55, I can like
Yeah.
do that.
Very
That's
cool. Love that.
Yeah.
Miranda and I are both teachers too, so the fact that
Oh,
you're
okay.
so like I'm like a teacher. I don't have a degree. I'm working on my degree, but I'm a preschool teacher, and Miranda
Oh,
teaches middle school. So like the
it's
three of
hard.
us are like the A
And I
team
was
here, man.
teaching 6th grade ELA for like 3 years. So,
Oh, that's
but I'm
amazing.
switching to math. I'm excited. It's
Oh,
going to be fun.
math is
No,
my jam.
it's either like, yes, I love math, or oh my gosh, why are you doing that?
Math and me.
With you,
You should see me at a restaurant trying to calculate a tip.
I
I'm
tell
very
my
much
kids all the
a
time.
like, I'm not a brain, I don't do mental math very well, which it makes it interesting that I like math. Like, I have to write it down, but I just enjoy the process of it. I don't know.
I wish I could, but
No.
I'm a total airhead.
Yeah. I tell my kids all the time, they're like, Mom, how do you do this? And I'm like, I have no idea. And they're like, okay, but you are a teacher. You already did this math. You're in college. I'm like, you literally have a aunt who has a master's degree in math. Will you go ask her instead? And they're like, okay. So my middle will like video chat Miranda all the time. And she's like, how do you do this? And Miranda's like, well, it depends. How are you being taught? And like all the, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's different
Yeah,
nowadays.
that's a rough
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, nope. That's why I teach preschool. I can teach you to count and I can teach you your alphabet. That's what I got.
Gosh.
Okay, so give us the origin story. What inspired Fangs of Fate? And did Ren just show up in your brain one day and say, like, hey, I've been murdered. I have things to say?
So I have this like thing where I like to people watch.
Oh, yes.
So I have a thing where I go every Friday to the mall and I go to Starbucks. They know me there. Get my drink and I go to the little center of the mall and I sit down on the couch and I just sit there and I people watch.
I
It's
love it.
my weekly routine and I just listen to conversations. I look at people, I see their, personalities and stuff like that and I just start creating stories off of things I see.
That's so
Because
cool.
because I'm a hermit. I don't leave my house much.
Mhm.
I don't know why. I went from being super extroverted in high school to all of a sudden becoming introverted. And now I just call myself an fake extrovert because I have to like push myself to be extroverted when I
Yeah.
do things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
To get myself out of the house, I do things like go into the mall and people watch. That's where I get my vitamin D.
I mean, yeah.
So when I see situations like this, so one time I was at the mall and I saw a couple fighting over a cheating ex. I was just like, oh, this is juicy. Let me sit down for this. I said, let me grab my pen. So I paid very close attention and I was just like, well, how can I make this into a story and supernatural? Because for some reason I can't write anything that's not supernatural. So I was like, well, what if like she gets to redo her life like
That's so
all
cool.
over again? Like, and mind you, Atlas was the vampire in my story. He doesn't cheat on Ren. So I didn't want to make it like a cheating scandal, but I was just like, I just used her scenario. Like, what if she got to redo things? So
Mhm.
I just took that and I kind of ran with it. And I was just like, time travel, that's interesting. And I was like, okay, what can I do with time travel? What story can I create with that? And I just kind of ran with that idea.
I love
I
it.
love the inspiration. That's so cool that you can just pull from random people and their experiences and turn it into something that you're building like a whole world out of. I love that. It's amazing.
Mhm.
So cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the twistiness of this plot. So we've got the time travel, we have werewolves, vampire politics, there's demon lore. How did you keep track of everything without summoning a chaos demon yourself?
So, I have somebody who I consider is like my muse, and I don't mean like a muse like she's like my inspiration to write stories, but she's sort of the person who like kind of keeps me centered, and like any single time that like I need to plot or I need to get my thoughts together, she's the one I go to, and she just asks me questions. That's it. That's all she does. She doesn't give me ideas, nothing. She just asks me questions
That's
based
so
off what
cool.
I have already. It's almost like she's pulling the answers out of me. And I just build off of what she's asking me. And it's just basic questions too. It's
Yeah.
not even, it's like questions that I need to ask myself, but that I don't know I need to ask myself.
Hmm.
And I just sit with her and I'm just like, hey, I need to sit down and outline. And she's like, all right, let's meet up. And we meet up and she writes it all down for me too. Like I don't even need to write it myself. She knows to come with the highlighters. She knows to come with the colored pens. She knows to come with the notebook. And she starts asking me questions. It's almost like she's my therapist. And she'll ask me
That's so
the
cool.
questions, and I start answering and I start plotting and I start, developing the story off the answers I come up with, and she'll write it all out for me, and the outline just kind of just blossoms from there, and that's
Wow.
what keeps me on track. And I swear she's like my muse.
I could totally see you like for example at the mall with her and you're like doing this and like she's just
Yeah. We have a Starbucks that we go to, and like literally they know us there.
that's so
And
cool.
and unfortunately she moved to like another county, so we don't meet as much as we used to. But like for instance, my orange juice is because we just came from brunch together. But I'm writing book 2 of Fangs of Fate, and
Oh,
like I told her, it's like I'm stumped right now, and she's like, girl, I got you. So we talked about it, and I was like, right, right. And like now I know how to move forward. And
that's
it's
so
just
cool.
she knows how to pull the answers out of me.
See, we kind of do that a little bit. But every time
Yeah.
I come to Miranda with an idea, she's like, "Ashley, that's too big. Like you got to reel
But
back in.
sometimes, yeah, I'm
You got
like,
to
let's just stick with what we've got for right
Let's reel
now.
it back in.
we
Reel
want to
it
do
in. Yeah.
one of those mobile bookstores with like the trailer. Like that's
Uh,
something there's nothing like that. We live in Eastern Washington and there's nothing like that here. And
Hmm.
our family is getting like an old bus. And I'm like, Miranda, we're getting a bus. And she's like,
And I'm
okay.
like,
I'm like, our
cool.
bookstore. And she's like, okay. I'm like, seriously, like imagine gutting out this bus and like having bookshelves and like benches. Like how cool would that be?
it's
She's
cool
like,
idea.
she goes, Ashley, that's gonna be like way too much work. I'm like,
We're
dang it.
just starting the school year. We need to wait a while. That's like a summer project, not a
It's
fall
a
project.
project,
The bus.
Yeah.
but
You
it is
know.
a cool idea.
Wouldn't that be
It would be
sweet?
awesome. It's just doing it at the right time.
Yeah, the right time.
My husband's on Team Miranda. He's like, Ashley, that'd be way too much work.
Yes.
But how cool would that be?
Yeah,
Nobody has a mobile bus that's a bookstore. Like
that would
nobody.
be.
Yeah. Someday.
Okay, so we have to ask, are you Team Vampire X, Team Loyal Bodyguard, or Team Ren needs therapy first?
Oof. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really developed ex vampire boyfriend enough to really be like, I like him. I've really developed Bellamy, who is the bodyguard, very well. Think I'm really for Bellamy right now. So Team Bellamy for sure. Team Bell.
I love that name too.
I know. I instantly thought the 100. I don't know if that's
Where I got it.
okay. Yes.
Because I've always said Clark and Bellamy should have ended up together, and it's such a shame
Right.
they never did.
But I mean, in real life,
They
they
did.
did. So
But I
that at
did in
least
the
is
100.
yeah.
That's so funny. But at least if it's in your world, like you can make it however you want it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yep.
yeah,
Awesome. What was your favorite scene to write? Either the most dramatic, the most romantic, or the one where you just screamed, "Yes, this is the moment."
I think, and this is actually a character that's not in the blurb, so you guys don't even know who he is, but he's a potential, and it's actually in the first book. His name is Malric Ashbourne, and he's a
Huh.
warlock. and he is somebody who has something to do with Ren's time travel. So he meets her for the first time 2 years now in the past, who she confronts, and he has quite the personality. He's very flirty, he's very sarcastic, and they have chemistry right off the bat. So I really liked their first meetup, especially because it was at the ex-vampires party. Um, and he was trying to get her back, and like she wasn't paying him no attention, and she was just all about like Malric, like, I need to know who you are. And then all of a sudden, like, the bad guys came to crash the party to get Malric, and he's like, see ya. So it was a really cool scene, and I had a lot of fun writing the back and forth banter between the two of them. The chemistry was chemistry.
Oh, it's so good. That's so good. Okay, so give us your favorite elevator pitch for Fangs of Fate, but make it a movie trailer voiceover.
This is always so hard. You have no idea when I first started out, and like I was like querying to like publishers and stuff like that before I ever even thought about like being an indie. Everybody's like, do your elevator pitch, have like your one liner ready and stuff like that. And I always bombed because like I never knew how to do a one liner. I suck at these. I have no idea. I would be in front of an agent. I'd be like, well,
There's my elevator pitch.
and it would be like a whole paragraph, and they'd be like, okay, yeah, I don't think we'd be jiving. And I'd be like,
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
So, okay. As I go, okay. My elevator pitch for Fangs of Fate would be a time travel with a twist. I don't know. Sorry,
I would
guys.
say I like
No,
a time
that's
travel
totally
with
fine.
a twist.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I think
Yeah,
that
and
right there.
if someone
that right there.
watching gets to read the book and has one that they think is fun, they can put it in the comments. That would be cool too.
Yeah.
I suck
Yeah.
at elevator pitches. Sorry.
That's
I
totally
couldn't do
fine.
it. That's for dang sure. Everybody's like, so you and your sister have a podcast? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, well, tell me about it. And I'm like,
We talk about books. What else is there to
she
say?
did that TikTok where it was like, my sister's going to come on here and she's going to tell you all about our podcast and you're going to be nice.
You're gonna like it.
Yeah. And I was
And I
like,
was like, Miranda, you have to be like shy. You have to be like quiet. And she did it and she goes, was that all right? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, I just did what I would have done anyway.
what I normally would do.
So we're terrible with it too. But I like the time travel with a twist.
That's all I
Yeah.
could come up with. I'm sorry,
No.
guys.
Why are you
No,
sorry?
don't be sorry. We need to talk about that mark on Ren's shoulder and this mysterious demon child. No spoilers, but should we be worried?
Be very, very worried.
Oh.
Be very worried.
I need to know. Oh, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. I did see that because I was like adding it to my library right before we jumped on here. So
This demon child can cause a lot of trouble for New Orleans.
snap. What can we expect next in the series? I know you said that you were working a little bit on book number 2.
Yes, I'm about 30,000 words into book 2. I can give you the title, which is Claws of Chaos. Yes. I can tell you that Ren is developing into her own. This timeline is not the same timeline as 2025 because, she traveled from 2025 to 2023. So 2023 is not the same 2023 that happened in the first timeline.
Yeah.
So things are changing a lot. It's not going the same script as it did before. So she's kind of out of her depth in this timeline because things are definitely changing and secrets are coming out that she never knew before in the past. Secrets about her parents because her parents are dead. So secrets about their death, secrets about why her brother treats her the way that he treats her because her brother isn't always the nicest.
Oh.
He loves her, but he also mistreats her. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. So she learns as to why there is that love-hate relationship. She learns a lot of things in this book. So a lot of answers from book 1 are going to be answered in book 2.
That's so cool. And I like that you're still like so early on, not that 30,000 words is early on, but so early on into the book that like you could tell us all that already, even with 30,000 words. And you
And
just
that's
said
all
that you were
I
still
wrote in
working.
30,000 words.
That's crazy. Crazy.
And of course, we learn who the demon child is. So
I haven't even read book 1 yet, and I'm excited for book 2.
Miranda and I are like the worst.
I
We're
know.
seriously like, this is why we have such a hard time picking what to read next. Is because
Mm-hmm.
we'll have everybody on our TBR, and then we'll like be talking to you, and we're like, well,
Oh,
her
maybe
book
we should move that.
needs to go up here more.
Yeah.
We're terrible.
Let's do a lightning round. So we're doing rapid fire answers only. Just whatever pops into your head first. Werewolves or vampires?
werewolves,
Past or future?
future.
Oh.
One author that you would love to co-write with?
Cassandra Clare. As you can tell, I have her full
Oh,
collection.
yeah. I have a bunch of her books, and we haven't read them yet, but that I've been wanting to.
I have every single one of her books, first editions, all of them.
Oh,
I
that's
love
That's
cool.
amazing.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
I've heard they're great. I just,
They're
once
amazing.
again, all
I
of the
know.
books behind me are all books I have not read. I don't keep my books. I trade them for other books, and that's where I'm at. I have piles on the floor you can't see, too. Book character you'd want Ren to team up with from any universe.
That's not mine.
It could be yours. It could be a different author's, anything.
I'll pick mines, and I would say Mackenzie Gray.
Okay.
Total badass.
Love.
What is on your writing playlist right now?
Writing playlist will always have Ruel. She always has the best music for writing and stories.
I like it. I like to hear, like, we ask that almost that question for like everybody, and I love to hear what everybody writes to. It's so different and so cool. Of course it's different, but it's, I don't know, like to understand like the books and like the stories behind them, and then like the music that they're listening to for like each, I don't know, it's really cool.
If you ever get the chance to go on Spotify and go on the This Is Ruel playlist, listen to it, and you will probably find that every single author of yours has one of her songs on their playlist. Her music is so like perfect for writing. It's amazing.
That's so cool.
Adding to your Spotify playlist.
Oh yeah. Plot twist or slow burn romance?
Plot twist.
Yeah. I knew that one. I knew that one.
Gotta be fun.
Yep.
So that is it for our questions. Karina, we are so happy that you came on. It's been an absolute delight having you here. Honestly, you've made us question if somebody might be plotting our murder. Where can listeners find you and Fangs of Fate online?
They can find Fangs of Fate on Amazon. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I believe you can find the paperback on Barnes & Noble and any other retailer. It's not available on Audible just yet, but hopefully very soon in the future. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram a lot, but you can also find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook group, which is Karina's Kick-Ass Reads.
Yeah.
Very active on my Facebook group, even though I know Facebook is for the oldies, but like, as an millennial, I'm still on Facebook. So join my Facebook group. I'm very active on there. You can find all my information on my new website because I just updated my website. So you can find me on KarinaEspinosa.com, and that's where you can find me. And I'm on TikTok, but I really don't post a lot on TikTok. But if you want to find me on TikTok, I'm at TikToks by Karina, and my Instagram handle is Insta by Karina. Everything is by Karina.
You're like, I own this. Me.
Yeah. I saw a post on Facebook the other day that said something like, I've been here for 16 years when this was all farmland. And I was like, yes.
I saw that too.
When you had to like put what college you went to.
Well, because Facebook was college social media first.
Yeah.
It was only for college kids.
I remember sitting in my high school computer lab.
Because I was on MySpace when I was in high school. Like, I remember I wanted to get on Facebook and I couldn't because I wasn't in college yet.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Back when it was all farm, I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Playing Farmville all the time. All right. Well, we will have everything for Karina linked below, socials, book links, all of the good things. That is it for this episode. Thank you for listening. And remember, if time gives you a second chance, maybe use it to run background checks on your vampire boyfriends. Otherwise, we will see you on the next Weekly Mash.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye, guys.